Okay, we want to take a look at some exponents. So what does x squared mean? What does it mean if we say x squared? Well, it means you have an x times another one. You are multiplying two things, both x's. So how about x to the fourth power? What does it mean if you raise something to the fourth power? It means you're multiplying it by itself 4 times. All right, that's pretty easy enough. So what would into the third times into the second give you? If you think what it means, well, what does into the third mean? It means n times n times n. It means you have 3 of them. And then you're multiplying it by an n squared, which means an n times n. So if on the screen I had n times n times n times n times n, I'd say, hey, what is that the same as? You'd say, oh, Mr. Hickam, that's n to the 5th power. You're right. That's why n to the third times n to the second gives us n to the 5th. So how about a squared times a cubed? Well, what does this mean? It means an a times an a, and then that means an a times an a, and that means an a times an a times an a. So if I look at that, I see 2 of them, 2 more of them, 3 of them. That gives me a to how many? The 7th power. That's how it works. You just got to think what it means. Now look at this. Oh my gosh. No big deal. It's all multiplication. So this means 2. A squared means a times a. B to the third means b times b times b. Then multiplied by -5 times a times b times b. So this is all multiplication here. There's not subtraction. That's a -5. So it's all multiplication. Who can I multiply? Well, 2 and -5, I can put those together. Those multiplied are -10. Now I can also put a times a times a is a to the what? Third. Here, b times b times b times b times b, that's b to the 5th. That's what that simplifies to. One problem, or on a problem like the one below, which is a little difficult, we will have to visualize what we'll have. This says a to the 20th times a to the 40th. Here's how we should visualize it. We can't really write out 20 of these, but we know we have 20 of them. And then if I write all these a's out, I know that I have how many of them? 40. So how many do you have overall? You're going to have 60. Okay. You're going to need to sort of see that, visualize that, because you really aren't going to waste your time writing out 20 A's and then another 40 A's. You could, but your brain should sort of tell you, hey, I got a to the 60th power. So when we're multiplying these, we simply need to visualize and see what we're doing. When they are smaller things like a to the third times a to the second, I beg you, okay, you're new to this, write that out. The more you write it out, the more you're going to see it, the more you're going to understand it, the more you're going to remember it. And we do this all the time in math from here out. So we need to be very proficient at doing this.